2028 Democratic hopefuls were seen uniting and bashing President Trump's leadership on the stage at the Munich Security Conference over the weekend. Take a listen.
Donald Trump is doubling down on stupid. He's trying to recreate the 19th century. His code red in terms of American leadership in this space.
In the West, we'd look the other way for inconvenient populations, whether it is threatening our allies to colonize Greenland, whether it is looking the other way.
Joining us now, Young Voices fellow Maggie Anders. Maggie, did any of that come off as presidential?
Absolutely not. And I just have to say, clearly Munich was the Democrats' first campaign stop this year. And I have to say, AOC, for me, came in dead last. She completely flubbed this question about Taiwan and came off as completely unserious. It's clear to me that Democrats want the U.S. and Europe to go back to a foreign policy of self-hatred.
So Secretary of State Marco Rubio also spoke at this conference. His message was very well received by many. Ran about 20 minutes, but take a listen to a portion of what he had to say.
We in America have no interest in being polite and orderly caretakers of the West's managed decline. What we want is a reinvigorated alliance that recognizes that what has ailed our societies is not just a set of bad policies, but a malaise of hopelessness and complacency. An alliance is the alliance that we want is one that is not paralyzed into inaction by fear. Fear of climate change, fear of war, fear of technology. Instead, we want an alliance that boldly races into the future.
So he talked about national pride and how a strong Europe means a strong America and how our partnership together is so important. Compare and contrast, if you could, for us, Maggie, those messages that we just heard.
Absolutely. Well, AOC showed up to Munich and basically told the world that America is horrible, that we're doing atrocities in Gaza, and, you know, this question about Taiwan, she completely flubbed. Taiwan is responsible for so much of our economy working. It's clear that these Democrats, especially AOC, are not serious contenders in the future. Marco Rubio and President Trump have really reinvigorated American foreign policy and shown us that we need to be proud on the world stage and take responsibility for uplifting society again.
You saw an applause there, standing ovation, if you will, in the 15 seconds we have remaining. Is Europe finally getting it, Maggie?
I think so. And I think people don't want to be self-hating anymore. And that really was the policy of Europe for so long. And I just remember when JD gave his speech maybe a year ago, and things have really turned around since then.
Yeah, it was at this very conference where he made that speech that you're talking about. So we're talking about a lot of potential 28 contenders with potential Vance Rubio ticket. And on the other side, you got Gavin Newsom and AOC. We shall see. Maggie, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.